welcome to Culture on I-24 News. I'm Oded Grober. Thanks for joining me. Today on our program, we'll host the heads of the Artcurial auction house, which is opening a branch in Israel. The Arab world is making fun of ISIS with music. And we'll hear about some interesting new documentaries. Artcurial is a French auction house dealing with art, jewelry, and antiques, among other things. It's opening a new branch in Israel, headed by art collector Philippe Cohen. Very happy to have Philippe and Artcurial's vice chairman, Fabian Noda, in the studio. Thanks for coming in, Philippe, Fabian.
Thank you.
So I guess the first obvious question is, why open a branch in Israel, of all places?
Okay, of course, important question. Probably for many reasons. The first reason is because, Artcurial is used to ask friends and maybe collectors, not people coming directly from the art market, to open their offices outside in Europe. And it was the same idea with Fabien Audon that I know for several years. And he knows that for so many years I'm here coming very often in Israel, and I was very involved with the people in art and especially the Israel Museum. So I met so many important collectors for so many years. That was the first reason. The second reason, of course, it's an economic reason that you can imagine very easily, that now you have many collectors, Israeli collectors, but you have also many people doing Aliyah. They also important collectors, or they want to begin new collections. And they
want to be able to do it from here, from Israel.
For sure, for sure. And you have French. A lot of French doing Aliyah, as you know.
Okay. Fabien, for you it was really then choosing Philippe more than choosing Israel, if I understand correctly.
Yes, the very important thing for us when we think about developing the business is who instead of where and how. So the human relationship, the human approach, the fact that we know that Philippe will be the man of Artcurial, will understand Artcurial, and will represent us is very, very important. Rather than a building, rather than a color of a flag, is who is going to represent us.
Right. And as you said, you're not opening a branch first thing. There's not going to be a physical building just yet, but Philippe is going to manage your business here. Am I right?
Yeah, the first thing is people will know. I mean, some of them know already Philippe. For those who doesn't know, unfortunately, they're going to meet him very soon in Israel. That's the most important thing for us. And then behind the man from Artcurial, there will be places, maybe the same one, maybe different one. We'll try to propose some different things in different places. But the most important thing is always have the same human approach.
Right, right. Philippe, what's special about the art market in Israel, if something sets it apart?
We have an art market that we know for a very long time, with more conventional and modern contemporary modern collection. More recently, maybe 10 to 20 years ago, as an image of a very important contemporary collector, Doron Sebag, as you know. He began more than 25 years in international collection, and now you have recently some people like Yigal Ahuvi doing also an international collection at a very high level, and you have some more collectors. Yep. So that's probably one of them.
And there are enough presence to justify this move.
And also, as I said before, with people coming from abroad, from Europe, France especially, you have new way of collecting, not about paintings and sculpture, but also lifestyle, design, more, and in Artcurial very good with this.
Yeah, there's a very varied fields
Yeah,
of interest.
For example, in July, we organize very important auctions every July on lifestyle, Hermes vintage, jewelry at a very high level.
Yeah.
And
And
I'm
for you-
sure, I'm sure that the Israeli are very interested with
In that as well, I'm
Yeah.
sure. For you, this is a very personal move because you're actually moving to Israel. Am I right?
Yeah, right. It was a personal decision last summer.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I was dentist till the end of 2014, and I decided to be more involved in the art market by myself, and I discussed once with my friend Fabien, and he will probably continue and tell you the story.
No, it was very important because for so many years, Philippe was the Israeli man in France through the Museum France, through the artistic scene, the artists, the Israeli artists. And now I think that he is going to move very soon to Israel, and I think he will be probably the French man in Israel.
Yeah, yeah. Any chance that you're gonna maybe grow your personal collection with a few more Israeli artists now?
I hope, yes. I know. Of course, I come here for so many years. I'm so involved with Israeli art. But to tell you the truth, I didn't take enough time. But now, for the 6 months before, I was more involved with Israeli art. And for sure, I will be more and more because I like Israeli art, and I will help the new collectors here to buy Israeli art if it's through Artcurial, I hope.
Everyone benefits.
Voilà.
Philippe, Fabien, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now to something a little different. The Islamic State's anthem has gone viral in the Arab world, but in a not very threatening way. Hundreds of parody videos have been flooding YouTube recently. Daniel Campos brings us the story.
Just when you think there's no turning back, that you're about to witness a grisly decapitation by an Islamic State militant, sound of percussions suddenly turned events into a dance party. The name of this jihadist anthem is Salil al-Sawarim, which means Clash of Swords, and it's the inspiration behind the viral videos that have replaced the Harlem Shake and Pharrell's Happy. But it's no tribute to the Islamic State. These are parody videos intended to mock the jihadists by making fun of their propaganda videos. One of the most bizarre of the videos showed a wedding and the attendees dancing and displaying a cage, similar to the one used by the Islamic State to burn to death Jordanian pilot Muaz al-Kasabe. The song is popular among the youth of the Arab world, Egypt, Jordan, Tunisia, Algeria, and also, less obviously, among Anglo-Saxons. Among the diversity of videos we can find, famous belly dancers, amateur belly dancers, travelers on a bus, students, kids, edited versions of old Egyptian cinema. The song also made its way to Israel through this old man. But not everyone is amused by the videos. Some have criticized them for being blasphemous, others for being insensitive to the families of victims. The intentions behind some of the videos are not clear. Some are being interpreted as tributes to the Islamic State, while others as a weapon to exorcise the militants, to poke fun at them and beat them at their very own game. But most importantly, to also celebrate life.
In a moment, we'll hear about some interesting new documentaries, but first, our cultural recommendation for the day.
12 Pharaohs, visually stunning art that stimulates thought and feeling, has a unique exploration of religious history and violence, of luminous beauty and harsh truth, of peace, progress, and brutality. In this exhibition, churches, synagogues, and mosques, mausoleums, Jewish ritual objects, and Christian caskets are all rendered from weapons. The buildings are highly detailed and faithful to reality in terms of proportion and architectural design. One monumental sculpture titled Bombed Mosque took the artist a year to create using 50,000 disarmed bullets and shell casings. The patterns and decorations from bullets adorn the structure in turquoise and gold, but one side of the massive dome is blown open, reminding us of ongoing conflicts.
And now it's time for Shachar Peled's segment, Off Screen. Shachar, take it away.
Hi, Odin.
Hi.
Well, we can sum up the first quarter of 2015 by saying it was pretty awful film-wise, I must say. Between Fast and Furious 7, which is great at the box office, but, Oscar material it isn't. Mordecai, we had Chappie. There's not much of the next Grand Budapest Hotel at this time after Oscar season and ahead of next year.
Well, it only started. Give it a chance.
It's true, but, it's 4 months in and still not much in the feature narrative films.
If memory serves me right, 2014 didn't start off with a bang.
Well, once again, if you're looking for the next Grand Budapest Hotel, it was not in these 4 months, but...
If you refer to Grand Budapest Hotel, again, for the third time, as a masterpiece, we're going to have to open that subject up.
It was indeed a success in these Oscars, but if we're taking a look at the documentary world, indeed there's much to look there. Starting with this year's, I must say, most buzzed about documentary, the feature of HBO, the 6-part feature, The Jinx, The Life and Deaths of Robert Durst. Now, we have to start with filmmaker Andrew Jericho. He directed a film back in 2010 called the All Good Things. We have to say he sort of... I don't know, he had this addiction to Mr. Durst, the wealthy man who managed to dodge 3 murder convictions. Now, what's fascinating about this story is that Durst himself, after seeing All Good Things, he telephoned Jericho and said, I want to be interviewed by you, and the result is...
The story is unbelievable.
An unbelievable story. We won't do any spoilers, but I think it's all over the news right now, and you can't really miss it. But it's really the most sharpest example of how documentary can bring about change and revelations in reality. This is really a life-changing feature, and highly recommended, all 6 parts of it on HBO. If we're moving to the...
It's also well made. It's not, every aspect of it is...
It has everything. It's taken out of a thriller novel or a thriller film, but it's the real deal. It's a true story. It's documentary, and it has everything in it. If we're moving to the second interesting documentary, it's Oscar winner Alex Gibney's film. We best know him from The Armstrong Lie, but now he's with a new film called Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of Belief.
Another film that made some headlines recently.
Yes. So first of all, it's following the 2013 book with the same name, and it premiered at Sundance Film Festival, now airing on HBO. Last week it was premiered, and as titled, it looks inside the very controversial practices of this religion, and very much secretive in a way that if you say even the word Scientology, you might even get sued by the church itself, which of course denounced the filmmakers and all the interviewees in it, starting with full-page advertisements in the New York Times and Los Angeles Times.
Ending with some tweets during the screening of the film, saying that it's boring and...
It did have mixed reviews, I have to say, but the fact that it's dealing so much in depth with this belief, with the system of religion, from Paul Haggis,
You know, the
Oscar
fact that it
winner,
made it to
director,
air,
and producer.
that's incredible. I wonder
mind-blowing.
what retainers did HBO have to pay their lawyers?
First of all, Gibney himself mentioned how difficult it was to find a company that will license or will be willing to license these film materials. And of course, the church's reputation as being so, let's say, slightly violent against its critics was...
but a very interesting piece.
Absolutely. It made Gibney even use burner phones to
Last but
contact.
not least.
Last but not least, we're moving to Ethan Hawke's Seymour, an introduction. It's a portrait of Seymour Bernstein, a senior citizen who abandoned a career as a concert pianist to become a pianist teacher. Maybe we'll see Ethan Hawke, not as an actor receiving an Oscar, but maybe as a documentarian.
Well, good
Very
for him.
interesting to see.
Shachal, it was incredible, as
Thank
always.
you. A pleasure.
That's it from us for today. I hope you enjoyed our show. You can find our past shows online, i24news.tv, and we'll be back tomorrow with another edition. So please join us again.